2, 1. Maybe. Still says notify me.
Give it a second. Alright, it says is YouTube cooperating this time?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Yep. We
Okay. Got audio?
yeah, we have audio and everything.
Okay, can you hear the game too? Because I'm
Let's
not sure.
let's see. Let's see. Kind of.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
so it's gonna be
keep it pretty low anyways, since it's mostly talking.
I was gonna say, yeah, because we're not doing a Wario Land let's play. I mean, that'd be a cool it'd be like what 6 or 7 games because it's like, well, I mean,
oh god,
if I mean, well, you got to remember, like, technically that starts with like Super Mario Land, Mario Land 2, but like, technically Mario Land 1, if you want to get into it. So it'd be like what, like 10 games, I think, because it's like the 2D ones, and then there's the one on the Wii, and then there's like the one on GameCube, which I've never played.
I've never finished that one, but I've played a fair bit of it.
Okay.
I would make you play Wario Land 3 though, because I'm not suffering through that again.
Oh.
That's like one people really love, but I just don't like it. It's too long for it.
I thought I was like, oh, this is like the Ninja Gaiden 2 of Wario Land games. If you don't play this, you're not a real gamer. You gotta just get good, son.
I mean, in a sense, because if you get hit by any boss even once, it like knocks you out of the boss arena, and you have to like go back through the level again.
Oh, you only get 1 hit point?
Yeah, well, technically, Wario in that game is like immortal. So
okay,
that's the only way they can punish you is just by like knocking you out of the arena and making you do everything again. If you get hit once.
So they use that wind item thing that's from I don't even know what it's from. You know that one in like Smash, like 4 and Brawl. It blows you out of the ring.
Yeah.
That would be like, what that would be? That would be if they ever put in a Virtua Fighter character, like have like retro Akira and then like modern Akira, whatever that ends up looking like. Like Virtua Fighter 6 or Virtua Fighter 5 iteration. That would be like this worst nightmare because that's like the ring out game.
Yeah.
If you think about like innovations and like fighting games and stuff. I will say I have played this game, but not. Yeah. I never really played much of I never got like into it.
Okay.
I just played on an emulator and stuff.
Yeah, I have this on GBA. I had it because I remember I think like pretty close to when the GBA came out. This is what they had on the demo kiosks and stores. So
yeah, I
always played this, and then I really wanted it. So
I do remember this seemed like it was like one of the first games. If you think like it's got to be early. Metroid Fusion's engine is based off of this game.
Yeah, it's a good old Fusion engine here.
And if maybe whenever we do that, we'll show off the LP. We'll show off the debug room.
Yeah.
Like after we beat the game or whatever. Money. Speaking of money, Valve has
prints money.
Yeah, they print money. They print money so much that what they decided to do? They saw that what Microsoft is doing, and they said, hold our Steam machine from 2015. We're gonna go and learn from our mistakes and actually do what we should have done the first time.
I'll do it myself.
What's going?
I'll do it myself.
Yes. We'll do it ourselves because we're not going to do it what we did before. Which is like make like a billion different. Like, do you remember like what the original like idea was with the Steam machines like back then?
The idea,
Like
um,
how they had it set up and everything.
yeah, I know they had like the different like computers from the different like companies and stuff, and
Well, here's the thing. What they did was essentially like they were trying to sort of like have their cake and eat it. They're trying to basically appeal to both like console and like regular like PC players. You know what I mean? Like guys who
yeah,
are all about like customizing their computers and stuff. And the problem
yeah,
is that some of these were like more customizable than others, and also the prices they were asking for some of them were like, bro,
yeah,
you know.
and
And this
especially
is
at the time, it's like, the PS4 was like a really good deal compared to that stuff.
yeah. I mean, well, even in the context of like because I remember the PS4 was like when a lot of people were like first like, man, these consoles are kind of weak, like on a mainstream sort of level to a certain
Yeah,
extent. Um, at least that's what it seemed like to me, anyways. Um, so the PS4, no, the original Steam machine
speed booster.
it was essentially like a some of them were just like too. Or, here's the thing: even if you did buy one, there was no like unified like pro. Here's the thing: Proton was not a thing yet.
Yeah,
So I mean, wine you could use wine, but here's the thing: wine is not. I mean, it depends. It really depends on what you need, what you're using it for, and what you need to.
yeah, and it takes a lot of like tinkering yourself with
Yes,
certain applications.
and it could even be stuff you don't even expect. Like I remember I used a this one like pixel art sort of thing for something. Nothing that I don't think will ever like see the light of day like officially, but
Yeah,
um, it'll be it. I remember I tried to use that on Linux, and it was like the font, like when you go into the menu, it was like it wasn't loading the font properly. And I find out like there's just like one package you can install that like fixes the problem, and it's like, okay, well, if I know, here's the thing: if you know what to install, that's great. But when you have to go and use the internet all the time, um,
yeah,
you know, and I know someone's gonna be like site like Luke Smith would be like, oh, just use man, and everything. It's like, well, man, I don't think is. I'm sure there's probably some command on the. Here's the thing: Linux is mostly a command line thing. If you want to do anything technical with it, like beyond like the most basic stuff.
yeah,
So it was never really going to in that form with the Steam
yeah.
with the
It's
original
not
Steam
something that
machine.
could like take off with like the kind of console audience just looking for like a plug and play kind of thing.
And I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, I know we're kind of talking negative. There were some cool things I learned about it, like after, I know like Tomb Raider, the 2013 Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Remember that game? I don't know. They haven't made like another one of those in a while because of shenanigans. You know. Uh, but what was I saying? Oh yeah. So what was cool is that you could actually play some of those games, and they would because this game was like the original Steam controller, um, and they actually came up with like compute with a whenever you played like Tomb Raider or like Wolfenstein, like the New Order, it actually came with like Steam input like presets that actually took like full advantage of like the controller and everything.
yeah,
Um, like if you like like the analog triggers and everything, you could actually like push like trigger it and it'll like do one thing and like Wolfenstein and everything. Um,
yeah,
and I'm sure some of that stuff probably carries over to the Steam Deck just fine. Um, but so yeah, so a few days ago they finally revealed that there was a new Steam machine coming out, as well as the Steam Controller 2, which is, if you follow r/gaming leaks and rumors, it's like not news because almost everything gets leaked there these days. There's
yeah,
like always some insider telling someone about someone else, or the company is like, oh yeah, you're like on point about this. We got like grandma Mario here.
yeah. Obachan Wario.
Yeah, you know what this is? This is basically just kind of reminds me of some of the stuff they go on to do with WarioWare
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that in here. I forgot what mouth it was.
We gotta use a nose now.
There we go. It's a good thing I could just rewind the stream and see.
Oh, there's no like time limit.
Yeah, there's no time limit.
Oh, wow. It's awfully forgiving. But yeah, they show off this new console. It's basically just a computer, but it is great. It is kind of wild that they're like, yeah, it's just a computer. You know, we don't mind what you want to do with it. You know.
Yeah.
Which is obviously, I mean, that's kind of like for anyone who's been doing stuff with computers their whole life, that's kind of like a no duh sort of thing. You know,
Yeah.
because with computers you can. I mean, let's be honest. You can run emulators. You can do whatever program you want. You can, you know, it's not locked down like a console is by default. You know, where they want you to only buy stuff from their platform, unless they're Microsoft, which, well,
yeah.
I guess I mean, I hope it was worth it because, you know, I guess Microsoft kept you know, was they got to keep the being the you know,
Did I get that one wrong?
they kept being, you know, being on top in like the desktop market, I guess, and laptops as well. But you know,
yeah. And it's the thing, like, it's another one of those things where like it's just Microsoft shooting themselves in the foot again and again. You know, like they're not. It doesn't feel like they're really trying.
Pass.
Yeah, with Xbox and Game Pass and stuff. And then
Halo's now on, you know, PlayStation.
Yeah, Halo's on PlayStation. They don't care about having exclusives, and as Adam Korlick pointed out, Xbox, Microsoft employees literally don't think there's any difference between like mobile Candy Crush players and hardcore like Halo
I think
players.
you actually. I know you say you didn't watch like the whole video, but like it sounds like you did.
I watched like up to where he talked about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he talked about like that and like how there was like an entire like, dude, you're like so on point that it's not even funny, which is, you know. And then he has like that one, like, I don't know if you got to the end where he's like, oh yeah, that was the part where he has that one guy who just happened to talk to Xbox execs or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. You know, this guy looks like Mr. Game and Watch.
Yeah,
like
that's kind of. Yeah, he was in the beginning level too on the walls as like a tutorial hieroglyph. So I think that's kind of what they're throwing back to. Yeah. But he has another secret identity in this game as well.
I'm just gonna take a guess that he's the final boss.
No, he's not a bad guy.
Oh, okay. I'm like thinking, oh yeah, they would totally be like troll you, you know?
Yeah. So for each boss, there's like a specific, like each of these items will like take down some of their health, but there's a for each boss there's a specific one that does more damage than the others.
Oh, okay.
Or you could get a smile for free.
Oh, like Smile Burger and Yakuza.
All right, we'll just go with the apple.
Like, yay! Kind of like Sakura Kasagano.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was like, why doesn't it do anything?
Right. On into the cyber zone or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I like how he just like jumps in, you know.
Yeah.
Yikes. But yeah, so as far as like my thoughts on like everything, I mean the Steam Deck, I would say out of all the things I'm excited about, it's mostly the Steam controller 2.
Yeah.
And that's only because as much as I like, you know, playing things on the Steam Deck, the problem is there's really not much else that's that you can buy in the U.S. easily, that has like gyro and that kind of setup and everything.
Yeah.
I know there's like one particular controller called the Alpaca controller.
Mm.
And if that sounds like a name of a Linux distro, that's because it's made by a bunch of Linux enthusiasts. So, but for whatever reason, you can't buy that thing in the United States. Oh, bless you. You can't buy that in the United States right now. I don't know why.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if it's like a
Is it on
tariff
AliExpress
thing
or
or
anything? Oh.
No. This they have their own like website that you can get like the Alpaca
Okay.
at. But it's like even better than like the Steam Deck or even the using the Switch Pro or the DualShock 5 DualSense, also known as the DualShock 5 because that's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
No, it's like better than the gyro for those because the thing about the Alpaca is it adds like more sensors for the for the gyro than like everything else.
Okay, like more than 6, because I know most of them just kind of take the 6-axis thing and stick it in there.
I mean, I never really used 6-axis, so I wouldn't know what that's like. Or then I know like whenever they showed it off, like trade shows, they were like, it's like even the people who were paid to show it off couldn't do it right.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like I remember my brother was telling me about that. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's like it's kind of funny. Like you have that, and also all the stuff that other stuff with Sony and like the $6.99 or whatever, $5.99.
Ridge Racer.
I have to wonder if that's the same conference. I like how you just like it's just like stomping on everything, and you just like change your color.
Yeah, oh, you get more coins when they're different certain colors.
Oh, that reminds. You know what that is? That's like inverse of Mario Brothers. The classic arcade Mario Brothers.
Yeah, hit them from underneath.
Yep. But yeah, that's like the one thing I would say I'm definitely excited for the most. Because there is like the 801 that like that one's all right, but it's a little finicky and it's also just like it's a Hori controller that isn't even like a 6-button or like something that would be what they're mainly good for. And there's certain controllers that you can get. I won't say. I mean, I won't say which one, but Immortalix knows exactly what I'm talking about. That you can get that and also have a have like the standard like controller layout for like dual analogs. Even if the button layout is definitely different.
I actually saw, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but I saw it on AliExpress. Apparently Hori made a quote unquote Steam controller, but I don't really know what makes it a Steam controller other than they just like stamped Steam in the middle of it.
And also that's what I'm talking about. Like the one where they put like the Steam icon, and it's just like the one like dual analog controller that they sell for like every other system. If you go on their website, you got like a disc or something.
Yeah, you can unlock the soundtracks to listen to. Well, it's not even the soundtracks because none of the discs you get are actual songs in the levels. You just unlock like other weird songs that you could listen to in the game.
Oh, okay.
And when I say weird, I think they're just really weird.
Like Waluigi and Wario's forbidden, BDSM dungeon or something. Or I don't know, maybe Wario's, eating food. The ballad of Hungry Wario.
Some of them legit sound like schizophrenic ASMR.
Wow. Okay. Here's Nintendo yeah, there's still Bob Ross. He's still before this,
Yeah.
And
it is like it's kind of crazy like how many like voice samples they fit into this game.
Well, as long as they use that space efficiently.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they also had the so there's that, and the other, there's like three things that they showed off, which I will say that the way they showed it off is very reminiscent of like the Apple whenever they showed off the iPhone.
Yeah.
But obviously it's supposed to be like free things, and it's just actually one device. It's actually like it's actually three different separate devices.
Yeah.
And the second one that we're gonna go, I guess we could talk about, is the Steam machine itself.
Yeah. So we finally, after years of everybody saying it's coming, it's finally coming. So
Yeah,
those people were
PC.
proven
We
right.
finally got PC two.
Yeah.
Everyone said like, where's if we got PC, where's PC two? And it's like, well, I guess this is kind of the closest thing we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I guess if I had to say one thing myself, it's that, as funny as those memes are, it is kind of like, I will say, based on some interactions I've had with some people at IRL with the Steam Deck, that a lot of them just kind of use it kind of as like a, I don't know, like a Switch Pro a little bit.
Yeah.
Where, and it's not like there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, look, the whole spirit of PC gaming is that you do what you do what you want with it.
Yeah.
For all we know, you just want to browse,
Browse the
certain
hub.
sites. I was gonna say, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say something a little bit, more animated, but yeah, no, I was like, oh, you don't like get hurt if like you touch them.
These ones they don't do damage. They just make Wario puff up. But those spikes in the greens, those do some damage.
Like one hit kill damage, or
it just takes out one heart from the meter on the top right, and then it also it takes away my puffiness, so then I fall.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. It's like you puncture it, and it's like the air just leaks out.
Yeah. There's nothing over here. Oh gosh. Trying to remember where all these spikes are.
Yeah, so I mean, for what it's worth, I will just say, as far as the Steam console, I mean, probably for you it would be cooler, but for me, myself, I'll just say, with as many computers as I have and the specs I got, my computer is like way more powerful. Like the home theater computer I have it's not like way more powerful. It's like slightly more, stronger.
Yeah.
But it's still.
Yeah, I did want to touch on the specs because I saw a lot of people on Twitter and in like YouTube comments complaining that it only has 16 gigs of RAM, and like I'm like, all right, this isn't Windows 11, like that's
yeah.
It's more than like I'm pretty sure it's more than PS5 has. So.
Well, my thing is like. The thing about like the whole RAM thing is like, unless you're playing like some massive game, or you're gonna do like a virtualization, which at that point you may as well just get an actual computer.
Yeah.
Like, why would you need like that much RAM?
Yeah.
Like I know there's like some games I think I read that like need like 32, like recommend or require 32 gigs.
Yeah.
But it's usual. To a certain extent, at a certain point, things are going to get to where it's like, oh yeah, now we actually require 32 gigs for like a fighting game, and it's like, really,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess,
and even then, a lot of that stuff is like modern devs these days being bad at their job. And not like optimizing things. Oh my god. And and then the other spec is it has 8 gigs of VRAM, which people are complaining about. And for me, 8 gigs of VRAM still sounds like a lot, especially since it's like DDR6 VRAM. But it's another one of those things where it's like that's developers being shit at their job, because there's no reason why we should have like gotten to where we are right now, and with like 8 gigs of DDR6 VRAM not being good enough.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I mean, when you look at that number like by itself, I mean, yeah, you mentioned like the RAM and stuff, and that's fine. It's just whenever I think about like that, I'm like thinking, okay, this is definitely the only way they're getting like 4K, like actual 4K, is like FSR and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah, and
um,
they even said that in the reveal trailer. They're like 4K 60 FPS with with the little asterisks with FSR.
because
So
yeah,
like,
there's no way you're gonna play like 4K, like I don't know,
yeah,
Cyberpunk, if that's even possible. I mean, well, maybe on the
yeah,
Steam Deck it's not possible. I don't know about this one. Should be maybe possible as long as you're willing to take like a hit on the settings. Uh,
yeah,
but from my understanding, it's using like a custom thing, so it's not like it's using like an NVIDIA or like an AMD like discrete graphics card.
yeah.
Um,
And if you're gonna complain about 4K, it's like how long has the industry been promising everyone 4K? You know, with like PS4 and the Series X, and we still don't really have
yeah,
true 4K
and it's like
gaming.
yeah, it's 4K in quotes, you know.
4K for real this time, you guys. You know, 5 years later. So
Yeah, and it's like what was it? It wasn't what was that one Xbox game? You know, talk about like Xbox fails. That's like I don't know. It was like had some like crazy. All I know is you're a guy with a shotgun, and you have like some crazy kick thing that's like really
yeah,
super uber powerful or something. Um, sorry, just something to do with IRL stuff.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I forget what it was. It's like red. Was it red? It's like red something. All I know is you. I remember the. It was like
Oh
some
yeah, I know what game you're talking about. Yeah, I forget the
Redfall,
name, but yeah, I know.
Redfall. I
Yeah,
think is what it was. Where like the game was it like wasn't even like they couldn't even get like past 30 frames, and it had like a bunch of
yeah.
glitches.
And it's like here's your console exclusive, developed exclusively for the the most powerful gaming console at the time.
Yeah, and you know when you have that, it's like okay, what's going on here? Because this is a pretty powerful system. Like, and here's the thing.
Yeah,
My thing about like graphics, like graphical fidelity and stuff like that, is that I think by the time you get like the 7th gen systems, sure it's you have still have some rough stuff going on there.
yeah,
Some of that is frankly I think art direction as well because that's when they start
yeah,
trying to desaturate things or they set everything in a freaking desert or like a like something that looks like you're like in Iraq or whatever because
yeah.
that was like the hot
Little
thing at the
brown
time.
grays. Yeah,
Um, and that's not to say like the PS4 and like the Xbox One, they don't. I mean, they look better. But that's when you started to kind of see like, I would say once you got to the PS4 and the Xbox One, you start getting to a point where it's like diminished. It's definitely diminishing returns. It's not that it's
yeah.
nothing. I mean, like like when I think about like
It's the
graphics,
point where, yeah, it's the point where like focusing on realism becomes like pointless, and it's like you need to put that horsepower somewhere else. Like you can only do so much.
and I mean and that's not to say that realism. I mean, like I remember like Mortal Kombat 11, whenever they show like what the characters like. I mean, they have like whenever they do like the actors, the actor
Yeah,
skins for like the movie, like the original '95 movie, and I think no, I don't think they did anything for MK12. But I know, oh no, MK12 was just like John Claude Van Damme, and even
yeah,
then, the way they rendered him was kind of some people did like mods where it like looked better than what they had in the game, like officially,
yeah,
or like Photoshop stuff. Um,
yeah,
but it's kind of gotten to the point where it's like, why do we need to focus? I mean, because here's the thing: the more you emphasize realism, the more you get to the point where it's like you gotta like I don't know. The way I look at it is, imagine you're in first person and you're trying to dig through like sand, right?
yeah,
Someone has to program like all the sand effects, like the sand falling off of you, and they have to look like they have to like iterate it constantly to try to make it look and sound convincing. To
yeah,
where like if you like want to look at your hand, it's like see like all the grains of sand, you know. I'm just using that like an example. And
Yeah.
what about like gallons of water or something? You know what I mean? Like there comes a certain
Yeah.
point where it's like it gets prohibitively expensive to do all that, and it's like,
Yeah.
is it really worth doing that for the game? Like I don't think you're gonna be doing a lot of interaction with like I don't even think you do anything with like water effects or anything in like Gears of War. And that game has
Yeah.
like even when I remember playing that with my brother once, um, the second one like co-op, and this is like
Yeah.
the game doesn't have like a modern like port. It was only on 360, but I think
Yeah.
even then he saw the like water. It's like wow, it looks like real almost. Like the way it moved around.
Yeah.
Um, but you don't
And
really
the thing is, like,
interact with it at
even
all.
with like the GameCube, we had like really good water effects with like Mario Sunshine and Wave Race, and even Metroid Prime One.
Yeah. Get the other fragment here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like the specs. I mean, for what they are, I mean they're actually really good. I would not say like my thing is mostly just with the Steam console is just well I think it's cool that they have the light effect thing. That's
Yeah.
more than what I was expecting. I also think it would be cool. One thing I kind of wish they did, I think it was kind of a missed opportunity, was like expandable. How do I put this? Like giving
Oh,
people the
one thing
option.
I wish they had was like when they was like, "Oh, you can expand it with a micro SD thing." It's like,
Oh yeah,
couldn't
it's
you
like,
couldn't you make that micro SD express by now? Like, are we really,
or even better, use
limiting
like
ourselves?
those SS, those the SSD they actually use in the Steam Deck itself. I mean, those are basically like the size of like SD, like regular
Yeah.
good old SD cards. You may as well do
Yeah.
that.
Shit.
Because yeah, it's like, dude, yes, I know micro SDs are getting bigger sizes and everything. But yeah, it's like you said, like micro SD Express. It's like, I mean, I don't know if that maybe Nintendo has like a exclusive thing with it for a little bit or something.
Yeah. But if that's
Um,
the case, like, I don't know, it's like to have a whole like SD standard to yourself, that's kind of stinky.
yeah, but I mean, it's Nintendo. I mean, they got money. They're gonna
Yeah.
use it. And but no, like go back to what it is. I was like thinking, for as much as like people like PC gaming and like customizability, what would be cool is if they actually put in a made it to where you could like customize your own like set up like your own like LED lights and stuff inside the case or something.
Yeah.
As like
Well,
an
I saw
option.
they have like the interchangeable like faceplate where you'd have like one of those. You could basically like put a display on it, like a mini e-ink display, or you could probably
Well,
get like an
yeah,
actual display on it as well.
yeah, but that's kind of like the 360, like the original 360 models, if you remember, where they had like the swappable face plates.
Faceplate. Yeah.
You know, like it's not nothing. I mean, it's probably better than that because I remember we had an Unreal Tournament free one, and
Yeah.
that thing like put so much pressure on the power button that like sometimes you do it to unwittingly turn the power on and off.
Oh wow.
Because it's like so tightly pushing onto it. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so I mean, other than that, I mean, it's not something I would buy, but
Yeah,
I
it's not
mean,
something I need to buy either. Because I have a Steam Deck. I have an old but still
yeah,
fairly competent PC, and it's like the thing is they didn't announce the price on this yet, so I know like if this thing ends up costing more than PS5, a lot of people will shit on it for that.
yeah.
Just because that's how things are these
Well, there's
days. But it is also kind of understandable because like if you are entering the casual space where the console plug and play kind of space, people do expect like comparable performance.
yeah, but just the thing is, the Steam Deck is like, it's straight up like a computer. That's the thing. Like, where the other options, like they're locked down computers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's for me, it's understandable for the Steam Deck and for handheld PCs to cost a little bit more because you are cramming a lot to a little space, and they are just like computers at the end of the day.
And they're
But
also put into like a unique form factor because most computers do not have like built-in I mean, they might have a built, even those like mini PC, what is it, the GPD, like
yeah,
what's the what do they call the ones with
the
they're
GPD Win.
mini? No, that's like that's like that has a controller. I'm trying to think about the ones that don't have it. Have the the keyboard built in,
Oh yeah,
like the Win Max or whatever. I think it's like the Win
yeah,
Max.
the Win GPD Win Max. Yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, you have those, but then you have like the fact that it's like um that's like a pretty typical like laptop form factor. Um,
yeah,
so um, yeah, so we'll see how it goes with that. But
yeah.
the
And
other
then
thing
I
that they
like what I saw from what they showed of the internals as well is like it looks like there's only one NVMe slot, which I mean I hope I'm wrong about that, but from what they showed off, it looks like there's only one. And for a cube, that's it's not the tiniest thing. It's not the tiniest mini PC or anything like that. For something
oh
like that,
yeah.
I would hope there would be space. Like there's no excuse to not have space for at least two.
I mean, I can tell you from that one computer I have. I mean, you could certainly fit two of them on there. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't think I did because I don't have any reason to use two of them. Or I
yeah,
think it's one of those things where I set it up and it's like, well, I just need the internal one. If I need anything external, that's what an external SSD is for.
yeah. Because like there's that. I think I sent you a video where someone put SteamOS on one of those mini PCs, and it was I think it's the Geekom A5, and that thing's like around $300, and you could put a 2280 in there, a 2242, a regular SATA drive, and it has a full size SD card slot. So, and that's a tiny little mini PC.
Yeah, it's probably like smaller than like the computer I'm like referencing.
Yeah.
Flying
How far I
around
can
at the
do that.
speed of sound or whatever it goes.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, at the end of each level in this game, there's a little Metroid escape
Yeah, I
sequence.
do remember it's like an escape sequence.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the perfect engine for Metroid.
In a way,
Oh damn.
you could like. Here's the thing about with Metroid Fusion. I feel like you could turn that into like a Mega Man esque
Metroid
like sort
Maker.
of thing.
Oh.
Like like you go because the boss you fight gives you your power ups.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The only thing is you probably couldn't turn it into like the weapons do like um have like counters to the enemies.
Yeah.
Um, back to the tomb or whatever.
Yeah.
So the
Pyramid.
third one
Oh,
they
pyramid.
oh yeah. So the third one and the final piece of hardware and by the way, I know you mentioned the price. Might want to put a
Yeah.
pin on that because there are some. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay. There's some
Some
rumors
things
about the
that
price already.
well that and also we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But to go into the third one, if you
Yeah.
will, the third piece of hardware they showed off, it's the Steam Frame, codename Deckard, from the
Yeah.
Blade Runner. Um, I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and then yeah, this is WarioWare imagery we got going on. Hold on,
Oh, this is even more of a drug trip than WarioWare.
I have to like. Okay, is this thing on? It is not on. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All right, I need to set that up better. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Here we go.
I don't know if Sakamoto worked on this game, but if he did, I would prefer if he did more weird shit like this.
What in the world? It's like a bunch of like someone recorded like frogs in nature.
It's one of those things where it's like, you play this game as a kid. And I'm like, maybe I'll understand this when I get older. And it's like, nope, still don't understand it.
It's like someone dove into Shigeru Miyamoto's like private stash of like cigars and stuff. It's actually crazy. I remember watching a video recently. It's like they had like a picture of Miyamoto. No, it was like a Zelda. Oh yeah, it was something to do with like a Zelda Ocarina of Time. They like found like the early build of like one of the first like demo builds or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
Whereas like Link looked more like he does it in like classic, um, Legend of Zelda 1 and 2. I remember this
Yeah.
zone. I remember this
Okay.
being like, wow, okay, this is
Yeah.
definitely a little funky.
Yeah, it's a little out there, but it's one of the more fun ones in this game.
But no, I was yeah, it showed like a picture of like Miyamoto and he had like a cigar in his hand. Like back when he was like
I was smoking a plenty of weed one day, and I said, "What if we make a Wario Run the Fall?"
Yeah. Well, you say that, but I guess I heard that like Wii Sports, he actually made that because I guess he got into like swimming all of a sudden, and
Oh, wow.
and and I was like, he also like quit like smoking because of that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's true, because you need your lungs.
You need what now?
You need your lungs.
Oh yeah. But going back to the VR, the virtual reality world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is basically
Valve does
the
what
Index
Nintendo.
2. Yeah, this is basically the Steam Index 2. But crazily enough, it comes with like controllers, and it's actually kind of cool. It's kind of like it's almost like a. Well, one other thing I forgot to mention about the Steam controller too. I really like the wireless like control like charger thing that they got going on.
Oh yeah, and the little magnetic imaging.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the 8BitDo Ultimate 2. I have that thing, but that thing's like a lot bulkier. This thing is just like plop it out. I'm like thinking, damn, that's like really nice. It's like so small,
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of small things, the Steam frame, like the controllers, they remind me of like the Joy-Cons a little bit. Where it's like two things, and it's like but put together they're like a full like standard controller. But that's for like the Steam. I was gonna say, does that kill you if it ever lands on top of you?
No.
Like it flattens you, and you just floats around like a piece of paper.
It's funny you say that. That actually does happen in this game.
Oh, okay. I mean, of all the stuff that happens, I mean, I know he turns, fire. He turns into a vampire, and like the other ones.
Yeah. He has many forms in this game. You have not seen his final form yet.
He is a bat, a fog, and wolf, just like the Count himself. Yeah, I know we're jumping off like some like reacting to stuff. I have not played this game in a while, so I've kind of forgot how weird it is. So the most impressive thing, because live is just like, I mean, I know there's like some stuff like motion tracking and eye tracking and stuff, and that's great. Here's the problem: I've only used VR like once, and that was at like a demonstration thing. Not demonstration. It was like, this is back when the Vive was still, the HTC Vive, if anyone remembers that, was still like relevant. I don't know if anyone still uses it anymore. Or it's like, considered good. I heard like the Index and like this HP one is like, last I heard is like those are like the only two like best ones. Other than like the Quest, obviously, but I'm talking about like amongst like people who are not just like casual, like users. Because I know I have like a coworker. She got her what is it? she got her freaking daughter VR, and
Yeah.
let's check something real quick. Okay, I have sound. She got her. Oh. Dealing with like technical problems.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, I need to find like a better position here, so I'm not like constantly unplugging the stupid DAC here. All right. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so going back to the Steam Frame. Basically, what the thing that caught my attention was the fact that apparently you can just run stuff on the DAC on the Steam Frame itself.
Yeah.
Like you don't actually need the because you can like stream like your Steam Deck or like anything else to it, like the screen to it, and
Yeah.
it'll like act as like a screen. Oh, here we go. Just turn into Cinder from Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
You know,
It's amazing
except,
things that hurt and don't hurt Wario.
except at the very least, Wario doesn't make it like Cinder is. You know, like Cinder, he looks like the Human Torch in like
Okay.
the first Killer Instinct, and the newer
Yeah.
in the 2013, he looks like Iron Man that's on fire. Oh, you know, I do remember this. You know, I think I do vaguely remember this particular puzzle. Like when I played
Yeah,
the
you
game
have to,
years
like-
ago.
Actually, I may have done it already. I think you just have to like get caught by the fire in a certain way so you can make it all the way up.
I will say it
Oh,
does
no,
remind me of like
there's one
using the I will say it does remind me of using the speed booster a little bit. Like you get like a
Yeah.
chart, you have so much time to like get back up there. Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of. Ah, shit! I already messed up.
But yeah, that was like the crazy thing. Where it's like, oh, you can just play it on like the actual like VR thing
Yeah,
itself. Like I'm like wondering how much power is in this thing? Like what games can I play? You know?
yeah. Well, that's basically like the one from Meta, the one that Meta has, what used to be the Oculus.
Quest.
Yeah, that is pretty much how it is now. You could just play stuff on that. It's basically like Android hardware stuffed
And
into it.
it's also like wireless.
Yeah,
but, like,
and you can also
that-
stream your PC to it as well.
Yeah, and the thing about the original Index that kind of sucked was that if the cable went bad, you're like screwed, like because it was like
Oh,
wired in.
oh shit.
Yeah, so it's like $1,000, you know, for the full kit, brand new. But it's like if that cable goes down, sure hope
Yeah.
you enjoyed VR chat while it lasted. Do people still play VR chat? You know,
Yep.
I never really
Yes,
got. I
they
never
do.
really. I mean, I'm sure they do. It's just like as like the mainstream thing. You know what I mean? Because I know they made some changes like a few years ago that like some people were like freaking out about.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've tried it out because you don't need VR to play it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like
You can
it
just
becomes obvious that you're not in
Yeah.
VR because you're moving around like it. It's kind of like if someone's playing like a game with like a fight stick and it's like they're just moving in 8 directions and they're not using like the full 360 of like an actual analog stick.
Yeah. Yeah, and some people they do get kind of like weird about that. They're like, "Oh, you're not using VR, get out of here."
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, how much money do you want me to spend?
yeah. For a game that's basically just about socializing.
When you could like do that by touching grass.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's like that one is like the only thing that's like, you know, I'm kind of torn about it because it's like, that would be kind of cool. But I don't know how much I'd actually use it, other than the fact. I mean,
yeah,
I would be more likely to use it if only just for the fact that it's like wireless and it's not, completely like doesn't have like a wired thing. Because the thing about cables is that sometimes those things can get yanked, and you could actually,
yeah,
break it on accident.
yeah. See, VR is cool, and I'm happy for everyone that enjoys that stuff. But I just can't do VR with motion sickness and everything.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic because you're a big fan of a certain game we'll be talking about later that I'm sure people are seeing in the you'll see in like the
Yeah.
title of the stream.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that game doesn't feel any different than what I've come to expect from that series. I hope I can still play it.
Yeah, which, well, we'll get into it, but yeah, I mean, final thoughts, and I mean, unless you have something else you want to say about the Steam Machine, too, and what they revealed.
Basically, price is the key thing here. That's the do or die for.
For anything console related, because the thing about PCs is, and this is kind of like the inconvenient truth. I mean, I know everyone's gonna be like, "Praise Gaben, he's our Lord and Savior. He will carry us out of the dark ages of like EA and Rockstar and all these Ubisoft." And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, here's the thing. If I had to say anything about Steam and Valve and stuff like that, it's that out of all of the digital prisons that make physical media and other things obsolete, they are the nicest. They're the most pleasant prison to be in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's the best. It's the best prison to be in, at least while Gabe is still alive, anyways.
But once I mean, this is the thing. Like the guy, I mean, as much as
he's not immortal.
Yeah, he's not immortal. I mean, it's good. I mean, I will say it's a good thing he's lost all that weight. You see him lately. It's like I'm like thinking, man,
he does look a lot healthier. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like thinking, like, yeah, dude, chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like the Mountain Dew and Doritos or pizza or whatever. But yeah. So I think it's going to be mostly come down to the price, and that does lead me to one thing that people are speculating about because of certain rumors. And granted, this is like the rumor. This would be like the ultimate thing if it actually became reality. And I don't know if it could happen next week or a few days. I don't know. But people supposedly think, based on certain things that Tyler McVicker and I forget some other person. I think there's like some other guy that says the same thing, that we might be on the cusp of Half-Life 3.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
And that might play into the fact that at least part of the reason why why they haven't revealed the price, because if it's going to be like a launch game, it'd be like, they want to bundle that in,
Yeah, that would be a hell of a launch game to have.
My question is, if that becomes a reality, will the internet crash that day? Like, imagine, like, because like you ever hear like I think I heard like Minecraft Steve, he literally crashed Twitter or something like that.
Wow, when was this?
This is like back
for Smash or?
Yeah, for Smash.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, it sounds like something that could have happened, because that was probably before Elon bought Twitter, and
I think
Twitter had a lot of useless employees that didn't do shit. So
yeah, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
I gotta get something here.
Oh my god, I still got hit by that.
Alright. That ladybug shows back up on my screen.
Gosh.
I'm gonna, talking about Smash. I'm gonna crush it. What in the Sonic is that enemy? It's like a toaster with like spikes on it.
Yeah, it's a very annoying one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, after you showed me that one video of like the bugs being inside the monitor, I'm like
yeah, new fear unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was like a ladybug. I don't think it would be like, I don't know if they're thin enough to get inside.
Oh yeah, no, that. I feel like a ladybug stuck in your monitor would be less disgusting, because they're a lot bigger, and it's like the smaller the bug is, it's like, what the hell is this?
Honestly, what would scare me is if it's like a bunch of like worms or parasites or something.
Yeah.
Like
those have a tendency to be like really tiny and.
Well, it's also like you ever look at you ever take like a biology or chemistry class and they have you do like a microscope
Yeah,
Do you ever like see like how freaky things are? You know.
yeah. Yeah, when it was like, and like I've seen close-ups of like shit that lives on your eyelids. That's like perfectly normal and natural for it to be there, and it's like, oh, that's on me.
Oh, this is like the paper thing you're telling me about.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Looks
doesn't
like
hurt Wario, but it does flatten him enough to do that.
um. Yeah, I mean, if Half-Life 3 becomes a thing, um, I will certainly be telling my older brothers about it. 'Cause here's the thing: as much as like people joke about like Half-Life 3, it's gonna be like the greatest game ever made if they finally release it. It's like
So
maybe
I
for
feel
like
like there's been so much hype that there's no way it could possibly ever meet whatever crazy expectations people have.
well, there's that, and also, but there's also the fact like I will. Here's the thing I would say: Half-Life, like you gotta think about like the first one. That came out. That game came out in 1998, and
Yeah,
Half-Life 2 like 2004. You know, that's
yeah,
like relatively close to each other. In 20 years, I mean, here's what I can say without saying too much. I'll just say that like doxing people or anything, that
yeah,
certain people I know in real life, who played that game when they were like my age or maybe a little younger actually. Um,
yeah,
they all are married with kids. Um, even if they say they might want to play it, because like I remember when like Half-Life Alex, I thought this one particular person was like, "Oh yeah, I heard they made a new Half-Life." Like, yeah, but it's only like in VR. He's like, "Oh,
yeah.
okay,"
And I have a
like
feeling Half-Life 3 is gonna probably play big into VR, and that's probably more why we have the Steam frame than
I mean,
anything.
I would think like for a spin-off like Half-Life Alex, I could see that like the VR thing, exclusivity thing being like a bigger deal. But I think
Yeah,
for like if you're talking about Half-Life 3, like an actual numbered sequel, it would
yeah,
make more sense to give people options because
yeah. No, I think it'll have both modes, but I think they'll definitely be like, oh, you definitely want to play this in VR if you can.
well, yeah, and I mean, for first-person games, I mean that's kind of like the ultimate like immersion, if you think about it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
because I remember like I mentioned it like another record, I think in like the previous stream, like what's this that John Carmack,
Yeah,
part of the reason he open source Doom was that someone came to him with an idea where he's like, I want to make like a weird like vest thing that you put it on, and when you take hit, it like vibrates like you're actually taking hits. And
yeah,
Carmack's like, I don't know that would be a very By the way, this is kind of how Carmack sounds when he talks. Like, I don't know that
yeah,
would be a very like you know very marketable thing, But
yeah,
the open source thing is mostly so that way people don't have to like convince skeptical John Carmack or whoever's in control of it or Bethesda or whatever in the future, like
yeah,
why they want to do whatever crazy stuff, they get to do it, Um,
yeah.
but talk about to go from something like stuff you're allowed to do and be crazy with, to go to a company that you're not allowed to be crazy with, lest they go and DMCA you because you go and like talk about a game too early or something,
Right.
which is not the
Totally
best.
go, dude. I
Which is,
move forward.
it's not, yeah, it's not the best segue. I'm aware, but admittedly, I will say if some people are like, I don't know how many people, but 3 or 4 people are watching us, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
3. Um, I will admit I am doing this a little tired. I did not sleep well last night.
Oh,
Which is
me neither.
actually, wow. It's like with how little I slept. I mean, some of the stuff I'm trying, I've told you about what I'm doing like right before we did this. You'd be
Yeah.
like, bro, why are you even trying? Especially with like some of the stuff I have going on tomorrow, which I don't even know if it's going to happen tomorrow. Now that,
Oh, really? Okay.
um, but anyways, that's
Yeah,
IRL stuff.
yeah, you can tell me about that later.
Yeah, after the stream. But so I guess there was like a big giant embargo that I guess got lifted today. I didn't. I mean, I'm sure they
Or
embargoes like
maybe Nintendo saw all the leaks and they were like, all right, just fuck it, just release the trailers.
I mean, I guess I haven't heard about like any specific. I mean, I know there's like the title
Well,
screen they put
the
out.
ones you linked to me on like Reddit or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, that was just like the title screen. Like,
Okay.
who would like care about like the anything beyond that?
Okay,
'Cause
I thought there was more to it.
I mean, I was using Copilot earlier, and they did
Yeah.
say something like like some of the boss names, what Van Ark or Core Vex or whatever the I know they showed like I know there's like it seems like to be a bunch of videos they're like showing various parts of the game off. Um,
Yeah.
and the only one I've seen, the only boss I know there's like the one boss you fight at the beginning of the game that's like a Federation force mech.
Yeah.
And then there is like the plant boss. I will say I almost wonder if that plant area thing is kind of them taking ideas from that one game that Retro was making.
Oh,
That,
the like
floundered
little bug garden life thing.
yeah, whatever. I don't even remember what the project was called. It was like projects. I don't know. It looked like some very Disney like game for like girls sort of thing.
Yeah. It looked pretty rough at that too.
Yeah, I mean the builds. I mean, I know they like got like builds of the game that like they're running on like emulators and stuff. They're like further along.
Yeah.
But it's still the fact that it wasn't far enough to where it's like Nintendo felt like, yeah, we'll just like cancel what we're doing for Prime 4 and
Yeah.
just go from there. But anyway, so actually, have we? I don't think we ever did like the because I know I showed you the one trailer where they showed the bike off, but I don't think that was
Yeah,
like
no,
ever
we didn't. I
streamed or
don't think. Yeah,
public.
we didn't talk about that on stream. Yeah.
So I guess we'll roll it all into one.
Yeah.
So
So I guess I'll start with that because my thing was I was sold on Prime 4. I was hyped as hell. I was like, all right, I'm going media blackout. I don't need to see anything else.
yeah,
I'm sold on this game. I'm not looking at anything else. And then you
I,
told me there was like, oh,
into it.
there's an interesting new mechanic that's kind of controversial. And I was like, oh shit. And then like I still hadn't looked at the trailer for a while, and then I just turned on my Switch one day and went to the little news section, and then I saw the bike in a thumbnail, and I was like, oh shit, all right, guess I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
watch
but
this now.
with no like context, it could be like, oh, Samus is coming to Mario Kart, World. That would be kind of sick,
Yeah.
Because I don't they have like a big thing with like bikes in that game, or like,
Yeah. I mean, that bikes have been in Mario Kart since the Wii game, so
well, yeah,
that
but
would
like,
make sense. But that's not
but
where my mind went.
well, no, my thing is like, 'cause I think in that game, characters have like what, like 3 different costumes that are like change their like properties, or that they switch
Yeah.
to in the middle of races. From what I understand, um, who knows? I might be experiencing what Mario Kart World is like in a week from now. Funnily enough,
Oh,
'cause
really?
well, there's an acquaintance of mine I know IRL who has a Switch 2,
Oh, okay.
and he,
Thought you were gonna say
he
one of your brothers bought him for like kids or something.
no, they don't have that kind of money. This guy is still
Okay.
single like myself, and
Yeah.
same similar living situation. But anyways, no. So I mean, so whenever I first saw this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to see some more footage.
Yeah.
Like, because like they only show so much, and it's a trailer. You're not gonna. The thing about trailers is you're never gonna know like how much of this is gonna be in the actual game, especially when
Yeah.
you're going like media mode. And I could, honestly, the media blackout thing, I could see you wanting to do that because, especially for the trailers, like they showed out today, like the stupid narrator ones, which
Yeah.
okay,
I feel
so
like they maybe showed off a little too much in that trailer.
yeah, but I'm gonna go on a little side rant here. I know I'm incoherent enough on the stream already, but
Yeah.
Nintendo, or honestly, you know what? Any trailer maker ever, you do not need freaking
Samus can jump.
narration. Yes, over the most basic, like even just narration, just in general. It doesn't need to be, you can have the game audio, or maybe you can have some,
Yeah.
audio for like the trailer that you got, like have someone, pay someone on YouTube to like, license their music.
Yeah.
You don't
Like
have to
I
be.
understand Nintendo likes to be different and they don't pay too much attention to what everyone else does, but good lord, who like told them they need a narrator for trailers?
Like I understand for for I mean
If it's like Xenoblade, where it's like, all right, we need to teach people how to play this game so they get interested in it. Like I could kind of understand that.
yeah, but it's like if you I don't know. Every game is super over tutorialized anyways these days anyways. So it's
Yeah,
like I don't know. I feel like for Mario and like games that clearly appeal to more to casuals, because like Metroid is not. I mean, I know Metroid Dread sold a lot of money, but didn't sold a lot. But
yeah,
let's just say I think some of the backlash to that game's difficulty, and I know you're not as approving of it or
yeah,
as accepting of it as maybe I am, but um,
yeah,
but like some of that was kind of like, okay, this game I'm pretty sure is not Ninja Gaiden 2. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, where it's like you gotta really know this, otherwise, be seen, you died on, with Ryu screaming all the time,
yeah.
like
No,
one
like
or
the,
two
the game
mistakes.
itself honestly isn't that bad because you have a freaking counter move that one shots everybody. For me, it was just like the difficulty of the bosses and the whiplash between that and the normal gameplay.
Yeah, even like the counter thing, I kind of agree. Like, yeah, I don't really. It's just them trying to take stuff from their freaking from Lords of Shadow, because it's like
Yeah,
that it's very similar. Even the
yeah,
visual cue is like extremely similar.
yeah. Same even with like Mirror of Fate. Okay, I see where we're gonna go. Even like Mirror of Fate, that game got like retarded with it. Like every enemy was a sponge, a bullet sponge basically. And even if you did the counter, you were still just mashing the attack button over and over.
I never played Mirror of Fate, so maybe you can tell me. Do you get like the thing where you get like the blue and red magic? Um,
I don't remember. I only ever played the demo of it, and that was enough for me to be like, all right, fuck this.
okay, because the thing about it is that the blue like magic basically recovers your health for every hit you do, and like the red one's like the big damage one. And Lord of
Yeah,
Shadow 2, you level the gauntlets up, and it's like enemies just like they just fall apart like nothing else. They die so easily and quickly.
okay.
Um, but anyways, so Prime 4. So they showed off more of the bike that we just mentioned that was setting off very not just that, but like also the environment it's being used in. It set off a lot of alarm bells for a lot
Yeah,
of
it
people. I
looked
don't know if
like
you're
very
as
like,
well.
oh look, Metroid is having its open world moment too, and it's a lot of big empty nothing. So you can ride your bike for hours and hours and feel like you're actually accomplishing something.
And it's also the fact that they reveal that like this is primarily how you go places, from what I understand. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
there's
that's
probably
how
gonna
you
be
go
like
from. Did you watch the? Yeah, you watched all of the trailer that came out today, right?
yeah, they said that,
Yeah,
but I was like thinking surely there's got to be like typical like elevators or
yeah,
even like
or like
even like Dread where you have like the trams you go on, you know.
yeah, or like break this block to gain access. Like an actual Metroid game.
Yeah, which they that Psycho visor. I mean, they that's the visor for the game. The Echo
Samus can
visor,
open doors with his visor. Okay.
or she can like grab this like ball
Shit.
thing and throw it all over the place. I guess but
Yeah,
like it's funny we mentioned Half Life. Imagine the Psycho thing is basically their like equivalent of like the gravity gun, but like
yeah,
I'm sure it's not going to be even that fun. As fun as that is. You know.
yeah.
Because I mean, the gravity gun. I mean, that thing is so good that they made a. I mean, Gary. If without
Gary's mod. Yeah,
without the gravity gun, there would be no Gary's mod. You know. I mean, I understand that has different utility for the for the gravity gun than within like the game itself, because that use it to like
yeah,
spawn stuff and whatever. Um,
yeah,
but yeah. So yeah, they're having their open world thing, and I'm not necessarily against the idea in and of itself, but the way they're presenting it so far,
yeah.
and the
It
fact
doesn't
that it's
seem
like
very
just a desert,
Metroid-like. Yeah,
you know,
it's just like big open desert. It doesn't look like there's much to do. Like there'll be the occasional thing to scan or like thing to place a like an artifact on or whatever. But it doesn't look like there's much in the way of like puzzles or like meaningful exploration going on.
like I know they had that one a Morbus looking thing, or just the only reason it reminds me of Morbus is because it does the diving, like it's like a
Yeah,
worm,
yeah. But even I'm pretty sure even Other M had like a giant sandworm as well. So it's like
Well, that's the one that's like a one hit kill if you don't notice that
yeah,
if you don't notice that it's slowing down and it doesn't give you like a Q. It's like even like
yeah,
even the games like QTEs back in the day, they at least have the courtesy to tell you that push a button here.
yeah. This one it's like slowing down and zooming in. So it's like oh, it's zooming in must be like some kind of cinematic thing. And I got
And then
died
if you
three
don't
times
push,
before. I'm like, oh right, I'm supposed to do the freaking thing.
yeah, that'll be fun whenever we get to that part of the Metroid Marathon and
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of dumb.
I'll probably just like die on purpose or just like show off like first
Well,
time kind of.
yeah, but yeah, so they show that off and they show off like probably most of the areas of the game. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there'll be like two, maybe three areas that they keep hidden. I'm sure they didn't show off the end of the
I would
game.
hope so, yeah.
Um,
Like they showed off more areas than I really wanted them to show off, and when they did show off areas, it was like fire area, ice area. It's like, oh, so we're really playing it safe with the areas, but
they
we're not
didn't
playing it safe with like other shit.
like they didn't have to go and like name everything. You know what I mean? Because when you start naming,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, so we're just like listing it all off like ahead of time.
yeah. Where it's like part of the fun is like the discovering that for yourself and
I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, there's some things I'm like thinking, oh, that would be kind of cool. Like the fire one is kind of like in a volcano. I'm like thinking, oh, maybe there'll be like a cool boss fight. You like, like or like a cool. You know what would be cool? Like a escape sequence, and you have to like
yeah,
escape from like a exploding volcano or something.
yeah.
But I don't know. That might not be the most Metroid thing ever, but sometimes I like to think about like fun set pieces.
Yeah, and I'm cool with Prime, especially having like a cool big fancy set piece here and there. It's just like when it looks like things are going maybe a little too cinematic with the you're stranded with this team of Galactic Federation troopers and
Oh, okay. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. So I will say, because we discussed this because you were like just pulling up like Facebook and like suddenly it's like, so Samus has their comic relief sidekick, who's like
yeah,
apparently I've not heard a lot of the dialogue, but apparently
yeah.
one of these guys says "Booyah."
Oh, okay. I heard one where he was like, "Things are about to get nerdy in here." Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what's the one Ghostbuster actor what's his freaking face? If it was James, not Harold Ramis, Moranis.
Dan
Moranis.
Aykroyd? Oh, Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. He was like, yeah.
It's one of those things.
Apparently
It's one of those things that kind of like takes me out of it, and like really in the great expansive Metroid universe, there still exists friggin' MCU humor type people.
or no, it's not MTU. It's yeah, I moved that thing with my mind.
Yeah.
From
I just freaking destroyed this game studio with my mind.
But it's kind of on point because psychic powers and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, from my understanding, I will say what I've read is that apparently for one thing, apparently they do give you like power ups of some kind. I don't know what that entails exactly. I mean, I will say I'm not against like new power ups because I mean.
Oh no, I definitely welcome new power ups.
I mean, not just like Metroid, but like in Metroidvania in general. Because like, how many times can you be like, hell yeah, I got a double jump for like the 500th Metroidvania game in a row,
Yeah.
Because
although
like
the narrator makes it sound like just being able to jump normally is a power up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, bruh. you know, I mean, the only thing that would be like cool is like, oh, you play like mouse mode. It's like, well, that's. I imagine, you know what? Prime Four is probably why they put so much emphasis on that mouse,
Yeah.
because it's like launch game. It's like, oh, this is like an opportunity, and we know about Prime Hack, but we're not going to officially acknowledge it.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna, we're totally just gonna be like, oh yeah, you can play as a mouse. It's like totally a new thing,
Yeah.
Play using a mouse controls. Um,
I was,
but
I was
have heard
hoping they would be like, oh, you can still use your GameCube controller. That would be. I would like to do that still.
I don't know. Maybe they will have that. I mean, I know they.
Or at the very least, GameCube style control options. So like, they don't need
Well, or
GameCube support per se, but at least have that kind of layout.
even better, that you remap the controls in the game.
Yeah,
Would that be
that thing that
would that be
Nintendo hates.
too would that be too much to ask? The good old Big
That
N.
is not
You know.
very fun. To the mines with you.
Yes. After we sue you like crazy, we put you not only in the mines, but also, if you're a man, join the Gigolos. If you're a lady, you
You mean
join
if
the
you're a
hoes.
type A body type?
Yes, it's just type A, and yeah, I completely, I see. I don't really play like Pokemon or like some of these games where you like create. I mean, I know like Elden Ring supposedly has that, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But I don't really play those games. I kind of forget about that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much any game these days that has a character creator kind of does that. Even Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're not talking. I'm pretty sure you're not going to do a crossover with Mortal Kombat, but like Goro in here,
What
like
body type is
body
it?
type, Shokan,
Yeah.
But yeah. So from what I understand, like they're not going to be in the whole game. It's the
Yeah,
impression I got.
certainly hope not.
Well, the way someone described it, like based on like, because apparently there's like other videos I haven't seen yet of like someone playing other parts of the game, and
Yeah.
they the impression I got is that once you like rescue these guys, and they're in the like in your party or whatever the central place is you go to that they
Yeah.
gather at, is they kind of are going to be kind of like sort of the hint system, like an
Okay,
actual
so
like
they just kind of
like
chill out there
diegetic.
and just like. Okay.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Yo, Samus, I think I found this like weird what the fuck." Oh,
One of his many
okay,
forms. Can you do
Yeah,
this, Samus?
speed booster much. Yeah, you know what? He should.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: for as many forms that he has, you know what he should do? This would be the coolest thing. He should have like for his final Smash. If they make a Smash 6 and they put in like a Wario that's like not just like WarioWare Wario, but like actual like original
Yeah,
Wario.
actual Wario Land, yeah.
Like put in like all these things as like a final, like an optional like one he gets to choose, like with the power that he wants to go
Yeah,
for.
I was always disappointed with his final Smash in pretty much all the games because I'm like, come on, man, this isn't Wario Land. This is like I feel like Nintendo forgets Wario Land exists. They're just like, oh, the WarioWare guy.
Well, because it wasn't really made. From what I understand, this was like Camelot. This wasn't like actually like made by like Nintendo themselves, like internally.
The Wario Land, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, the first 4 Wario games was Nintendo.
I thought it was like something weird, like Camelot made it, or I don't even know.
They made one of the spin-offs, and then they made something else too. But yeah, at least, and then like WarioWare Shake, that was Good Feel, the Yoshi's Woolly developers.
I was gonna say Good Feel. There's like Feel Plus, but then I realized that's like the Lost Odyssey and what is that? Legend of Dragoon developers,
Yeah,
and also I think one of the Shadowheart games, at least. But yeah, so Prime 4. I mean, I'm trying to think what else. Um. Oh, I just remembered. Um. There's one thing I will say right now about the not Nikita missile guided psychic shot
Yeah,
thing. So
yeah,
you remember you played the you played like the Arkham games, right?
a little bit. I never really got deep into them. But yeah,
Okay, but you ever used like the remote batarang in any
yeah,
of
yeah,
them?
yeah.
Well,
That's what it reminded me of. Yeah,
yeah, I was like thinking, okay, can we at least speed this beam blast up? Because
yeah.
like,
And there was something like that in Skyward Sword as well, and it was also very slow.
oh, that's the one that, uh, I mean, I guess I will say that that's the one that Zelda's really kawaii in. That's all I would say.
Oh yeah,
But everything else is like yikes, yikes. Like the what like the basically the Wiimote is like it's like Wiimote the game. You know.
yeah. Like motion plus for everything, basically. And even Miyamoto was like struggling on stage. He's like, "Oh, it's everybody's Wi-Fi. Please disconnect from the Wi-Fi."
Yeah, it's like are you sure Miyamoto? I mean, we're not trying to doubt you. I mean, you're the man himself, but
Yeah,
you know. And I think I heard like even like the Switch version, like they don't really do the controls justice.
yeah, because it's kind of hard to like map that to right stick basically.
Well, the thing I never understood is why not just use like translate everything to like the Joy-Con controls because the
Oh
Joy-Con
yeah,
is
you can do
think
that
about it,
too. But if you want to play like in handheld mode or with a controller, then
or
you have to use the
or heaven forbid, on an emulator or something,
yeah,
without having to use like STEMU hook, which I've never set up. Because I will say like the psychic like shot thing that kind of reminds me. It feels like they're like, okay, we need to have some functionality for the gyro. So what do we do?
yeah,
But I'm pretty sure they're not going to like require it for Prime 4
yeah. I hope not. Yeah, because yeah, I'm sure they with all the different control options.
for like Prime
Um,
Remastered. Yeah.
yeah, and then like doing that with the mouse might be kind of finicky.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I didn't even mention it because yeah, you have to like move up and down, and
Yeah,
yeah, I do wonder what they're gonna do because like what like the psychic bomb now is like what it is.
yeah, yeah. You have that like that grapple looking bomb. Guess you have a grapple bomb now.
Yeah, yeah, it reminds me of and Lords of Shadow 2, the DLC where you actually play as Alucard. There's kind of
Yeah,
something kind of like that where you kind of go from like one vantage point to another and he like warps to it. Um, Unfortunately, which is kind of crazy because like in that game you play as Dracula, but he doesn't get anything nearly as fast moving in like the actual main campaign. You know,
oh,
kind of a little bit like how is he, you know, how is he just how does he not have these abilities? And yet his son does.
yeah.
I'm sure the sound effects on that are really satisfying.
They are. It's just like Fusion. It's like really really good sound effects in this game.
Like big and crunchy.
Yeah,
At least they give you like a generous amount of time to like kind of get your bearings and figure out what to do. Because don't you need that key?
yeah. You can't exit the level without the key. You just need to avoid these guys. Oh, okay, never mind.
Um,
Oh dang.
trying to think what else with because yeah, that was like that was like one thing I noticed. I was like thinking, okay, they better make this thing way faster. The psychic shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I hope there's like maybe a sensitivity thing for that or
because like that one boss fight, I'm sure you saw the same boss I did. It's like yeah, it's like you got to use it. You can't. There's like no way
yeah,
around it. It seems.
yeah. When there's stuff like that for bosses, I'm not really a fan of that unless it's like power up that actually feels really good to use all the time.
Yeah, it feels at that point it's like a Zelda boss where
Yeah,
Like,
it's
oh,
like
you're
use this
only
item once and then never again.
yeah, or like for like some puzzles in the overworld, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't. I mean, I will say, I mean, the footage they showed is of the Switch 2 version of the game, and that makes sense because at this point, even though the game was clearly made for the Switch 1,
Yeah.
it's
Although I will say, like, to me, the graphics just kind of look like Metroid Prime 3, but in HD.
yeah,
Like the graphics and art style. Like, it
they,
doesn't look
they,
that impressive, really.
and I think a lot of that just because of the fact that they did promise it for the Switch 1, so it's like, well,
Yeah.
we gotta deliver on that, and also, I mean, it's also the safer thing in general because
Yeah, that's true.
more people have a Switch 1 than a Switch 2. I mean, I know the
Yeah.
Switch 2's sold a little bit more, but I my impression is it's kind of like petered off, like the sales have compared to like the launch. Whenever you had everyone who said like, "Oh, I'm totally not buying a Switch 2, guys," and then then you have like
So
Budar.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
yeah, Nintendo actually did their earnings report thing like a week or two ago, and they
Oh,
actually
okay.
bumped up their sales forecast. Like, I think they expected like I forget what the period was, but they expected 12 million Switch 2s to be sold, and they bumped it up to like 16 million. So
Probably for
I
like the
guess it
holiday
must,
season.
yeah, this must be doing. Is there not a bad guy here?
But no.
There he is.
Uh,
His bad
uh,
guy just kind of disappeared. Yeah, I don't want to like run right into him and
all
get.
all because you. Oh, and he just like spawns it in the middle of
Yeah,
like it spawns right in.
yeah.
Only to get
Oh shit.
only get pummeled by Wario's greedy ass.
Yeah. Give me my coin. Oh, the coin disappeared. Damn it. Thing about this game is you don't really need to get that many coins. But it does just kind of make you feel greedy.
Well, I mean, that's the character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I one other thing I think we could talk about Prime 4 is like, because I don't think we also talk about this. Apparently, Prime 4 is like the most expensive game they've ever made.
Yeah, according to, was it a leak or was it like an official report or something?
I mean, the first I heard about was like on side scrollers. I think I just like pulling up like randomly,
Okay.
and it was
Yeah.
like it's like $100 million that they're investing into. I'm like thinking,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, which like for any other studio that's like, oh yeah, expect that, but for any Nintendo game, that's kind of crazy.
Like I know they're making it for two systems, but because you got to think, Metro. I mean, not just Prime, but like Metroid in general. I mean, outside of like the 2000s, it wasn't really like a big like, they're making money
Yeah.
like constantly, on it. Like the thing about
Yeah.
you know the thing about Nintendo is that they're clearly their safe like hero franchises are Mario, Pokemon, Zelda,
And Zelda. Yeah.
and I guess for right now, Fire Emblem. I guess
Yeah,
kind of.
Fire Emblem has gone a bit more mainstream. They've
And
attracted a certain type of audience that is kind of ruining the fan base, but
well, that's pretty much everything that becomes mainstream these days, unfortunately.
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason it's called mainstream.
Yeah. It's a good old modern audience ruining everything.
Yes, our modern audiences that are, it's not they're not different from like console or like mobile. There's no differences between them.
Yeah.
It's like are you out of your damn mind?
Right.
Um,
Doesn't make them.
because yeah, there's I don't really have a whole lot. I mean, the thing is, we're like 3 or 4 weeks from the game like officially releasing. I'm sure it'll break street date, and I'm sure someone will
Yeah.
post about how Silex's parent was what's her brother?
Times his long lost brother or cousin or whatever.
Yeah, or it's like that, and it's apparently this is gonna lead into like they're like planning a siege for like Metroid 6 or something in some way, or or you know what I hope it doesn't happen, but I have a feeling this is what they're gonna do with Prime. They're gonna
Metroid
make
movie.
that, but also, what I think they could, I could see them doing this. Be like, let's make a new trilogy of Metroid Prime games. Oh wow,
Oh.
this looks like Sector 5.
Sector 5, yeah. This is like, yeah, exactly. This is my favorite level in the game too.
Oh, okay. Like the music or
The music and the state. I just like ice places.
ah, I guess
But
that's a
I'd
little,
like the design of this is really cool too. There's like not too much
yeah.
bullshit going on in this level.
But yeah, I could see them being like, oh yeah, let's make a new Prime trilogy based off this, and that's like, okay, you're taking a character. One thing, it's already bad enough that you're taking like a character from like a spin-off that was only on the DS.
Yeah,
If you think about it,
and
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 yeah,
they didn't really even flesh out the character that much on the DS. Like when they said they're gonna give Samus a rival, like I thought it was gonna be like Weevil or something, because at least in the backstory, like from the Prime Hunters manual, they're like, oh, Samus like crippled him, and that's the reason Weevil is in this cybernetic thing. And I'm like, all right, if anyone has a reason to be pissed off at Samus, it's this guy.
well, I'm sure there's probably. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, if you think about it, it's probably a lot of people that she's ticked off, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then it's like you have that, and then you also have the fact that like you have like two. What's like no, it's the one ending. No, it's actually two of them because like I think in Prime Hunters he's like chasing after, or if you get like the 100% ending, and Prime Free it's the
yeah,
same thing. It's like why are we putting so much emphasis on this one guy? I mean, I know he's
yeah,
like tied into like the Federation corruption, but it's like okay, but where is that? Is that going to like get like paid
yeah.
off at some point?
It's like you need to give
Because
us a little bit more than that if you want us to be excited, you know? That's like if like Infinity War was like the first Avengers movie ever, it'd be like, who gives a shit about Thanos, you know? Like,
yeah, maybe if you're like a comic person, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know he's like a big deal.
yeah,
Like if you're someone who's like a Marvel casual, and I just like I remember like whenever you brought up like I brought up the idea of like oh Thanos is gonna be like the final guy of like the Marvel movies to like my
yeah,
brother. He was like he's like oh that like monkey looking guy from like Marvel versus Capcom 2. And some of his moves, I mean, some of his supers are kind of cool, but then like he also has like the thing where he like just traps you in a bubble. It's like okay, this isn't really like oh my god, he's like the strongest guy ever, you know.
yeah,
I mean, some of that's also because in Marvel superheroes he's like the final boss, and in Marvel 2 they just kind of give him like all of his moves in like one character because they don't have like the gems mechanic in like in that game where you like
yeah,
punch them out and then like I forget, I think you push like both mediums and then you get like increased power, or like you can like mess with like the character's like ability to move or whatever.
yeah.
Which funnily enough, that's kind of what Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's gimmick is kind of is to make up for the
Oh.
fact that it's only 2v2. Um,
Yeah, even his like backstory in the comic books is kind of goofy. Like he's in the comics, he's just doing what he's doing because he wants to impress Lady Death.
yeah, who's like a real lady, like a,
Yeah,
and it's like okay, like he wants to have sex with the Grim Reaper. Okay, that's a little morbid, you know.
motivation there. Like,
Yeah, but yeah, it's I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes, but
yeah,
man,
not a lot of point in speculating right now, but it is, yeah, still interesting to see.
yeah, and even then, it's like I know we're doing it Metroid Marathon, and for what it's worth, we do have like the third part of like Zero Mission.
Yeah, I just
recorded.
gotta
Just
finish
gotta
editing that.
yeah finish editing, and then whether we'll be in time for Prime 4 is I'm just gonna say probably not gonna be in time for that because of various things and how we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
Gonna require some time and effort on my part to do that, and also stay on top of like some other stuff
yeah.
going on.
I also have some real life things going on right now that I haven't even mentioned yet. So
Well, let's not talk. We're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about like, yeah, we're going to post our private information. We're going to post our like address, a picture of
Yeah.
us naked and a picture of our grandma's naked for some reason. It kind of reminds me of like Maximilian, dude, when he was like streaming Soul Calibur 2 on the Switch 2. He's
Yeah.
trying to play online, and it's like the online is like really like you remember how he did like the video about like the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection and how like the sound was like off.
Yeah.
It was like even worse.
Yeah, I remember hearing the online that like the lag is terrible and just like the connection in general. Like even on Ethernet is pretty bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you have like if you want to set like a private lobby and you like want to stream it, and you
Yeah.
like put like a private passcode, the NSO online puts the passcode like right there,
Oh
so
wow.
everyone's just gonna join, and it doesn't like distinct because Soul Calibur 2 is there's no like 4-player like tag mode as cool as that would be.
Yeah.
Um, it it's just like 4 players can just join at any time, and whenever you do that and you have people pushing buttons, it's gonna make it lag even worse than what it already was, you know.
Yeah.
And he was, and I remember he was like playing it. And he's like, yeah, these inputs were like from like a decade ago, you know. And like the sound is like all was like really like it's like you're underwater, you know.
Yeah.
So it sounded like, yeah, it's like I don't know, Nintendo. I mean, you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot of people who are, you know. And the thing is, I don't know how much longer they can keep the nostalgia thing going because I remember.
Yeah, it's like you're running out of nostalgia.
Well, it's not even just that. But, like I remember, like Miyamoto, he kind of made a statement like about like the games, like revisiting like preserve. I think it was because I remember like this is like people talking like game preservation in these circles, like
Yeah.
lamenting the statement by Miyamoto, where he was like,
Yeah.
where he's like, I don't know that the games will have to will be preservable forever, but the IP will be like what's most valuable. I think it was
Yeah.
like something to do with like their film plans and stuff and how they they're
Oh.
clearly
Yeah.
looking to turn Mario into Mickey Mouse, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he kind of is that for video games.
Yeah. Did you look at the Mario Galaxy trailer?
I have not. I just
Okay. I just watched like a little piece of it that they posted like a little 30-second clip on freaking Instagram. And well, they cast Brie Larson as Rosalina, which if you know anything about Brie Larson.
Yeah. Is that a mic? Is that a personal attack or something?
That's all that needs to be said there.
Yeah, and I just realized when he said the on like Instagram, I was like thinking for a second, I just remembered that they had that like a Nintendo calendar app thing.
Oh yeah, the Nintendo Today like whatever thing.
Yeah, I'm like thinking. I just remember like, oh yeah, you saw it on that. I was like thinking, I was like that would be like a big giant. That exists,
I saw like her fans trying to like defend her casting. They're like, well, Rosalina's kind of monotone in the game, so it's good casting.
I have not played much of Galaxy, or even like,
yeah,
I don't really play her in like Brawl in any of the Smash Bros. Games after Brawl. I don't know. Is it just me, or do you feel like the Brawl everything like Brawl and after for Smash Bros. Kind of just blends together a little bit?
Yeah, like to the point where like even when I was in college, people like we would try to set up and play Smash 4, and people would be like, "Oh, come on, let's play Brawl." I'm like, "You mean Super Smash Brothers 4?" He's like, "Yeah, Brawl."
Really?
Yeah,
I guess they don't
like,
really keep up with the numbers,
Yeah, like people think like Brawl is like it's synonymous. Like Brawl is Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is Brawl.
I remember like whenever Smash Bros. 4 came out, I made like a joke like, "Oh, they're calling it Smash 4."
Yeah.
But Smash 4 Wii U, Smash 4 3DS, like, but it's not.
I was always
actually, like, the number
disappointed they
4.
didn't use the number 4 in that.
Like they could have like had like the Smash like icon and everything, and been like, oh, it's
Yeah.
like 4 artifacts or something.
Yeah.
And it's like with Smash 6, like, what are they going to call it? They already called it the 5th,
Ultimate.
Ultimate. It's like what
Most ultimate Smash ever.
the only thing I could think of is like Smash Ultimate Plus, or they
Or
call it
like
Smash.
Smash the New Era, or like New Beginnings, or some shit like that. I don't know.
like on Friday the 13th. I was
Yeah,
thinking like Smash Final, where like Sakurai is like
Smash
like
Final
he,
for real this time.
yeah, no, and what it is like in the storyline, you have to save like God, and it's like a silhouette of Sakurai himself, and like at the end you like save him, and then he like sacrifices himself, like he does like a cross thing, kind of like Superman does in like Man of Steel or something.
Yeah,
He's like has to save everyone from like the ultimate calamity, you know,
yeah,
like because like I remember like whenever Smash Ultimate, like they were wrapping it up, like even Sakurai was like, I don't know if they're ever going to be able to make a Smash game without me. Like not in like a
yeah.
not like necessarily an arrogant way, but like he's like, I think he said something to the effect of like, yeah, we tried to have someone else like take up my role, and they just
It
couldn't
didn't
do
work
it.
out. Yeah,
You know,
it is one of those things where it's like, can they do it? Like once Miyamoto and Sakurai die, like,
and
can they
all
do
and
it?
everyone else who's like like Takashi Tezuka, like all the legacy people who like made everything,
Yeah,
like, and they have like the new gen. It's like I don't know that, because like I mean I know like Satoru Iwata, he had what was his name, he cut his like salary like up like a bunch of times so that way people could like
yeah,
learn from their mistakes, and it's like that is neat. I'm not
yeah,
I mean, but after a certain point, I mean, I'm not even saying this, maybe I'm not even saying necessarily like Japanese devs, because I have a feeling some of this stuff might be like the Western wings of some of these companies messing with
yeah,
things, like like that
for sure.
that CEO that is now the running things in America, and her freaky like eyes in that one
Yeah,
picture, and
yeah. The new
I'm,
Karen.
I'm like thinking who, I'm like thinking, okay, surely people who take pictures would be like, okay, look, like I know you're like the CEO, but like you look kind of freaky in this picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or maybe that was the best picture.
And it's like, well, what do the other pictures look like then?
Yeah,
That's the best you got,
yeah,
I will say, like, since we kind of just like run out of topic. The puzzles, they are very like Metroid Fusion esque, where it's like you got to
yeah,
use stuff with the enemies. Um,
yeah.
Granted, I think isn't that like kind of the case with like all the Mario games, or is that more the case with this one than the other ones?
I'd say that's more this one. I mean, there's a little bit of that in each of them. And I'd say like in Wario Land 3, the puzzles are probably more obtuse than this even. That's just
Oh
another
yeah,
reason
I know.
I don't care
Okay,
for
that's
it.
part of the reason why you're. I mean, I guess as long as it's not like cross code or something, where it's like you got to do like you do like one thing, it seems like it's a solution, but then it's like do another thing, it's like, and then when you figure it out, you feel like an idiot, in dungeons that are already
Yeah, no, it's not like that. It doesn't make you feel stupid. It's just one of those things where it's like, come on, how was I gonna figure that out?
like I don't know if you played cross code. I'm sure you probably heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but yeah, I haven't played it.
I played it a little bit of it, and I just kind of, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I like the music and the aesthetic and everything, but it's just, I think it's one of
Yeah,
those things where it's like I look at like my Steam library, and it's like I'm never gonna be able to play through all these freaking games.
oh yeah, for sure.
You know, you have to kind of just pick one, and there's
Yeah,
some that, I mean, there's some that are like, I don't know. I feel like nowadays the problem is I spend so much time working on projects and things.
yeah,
I usually just want to relax. Like,
yeah,
and the thing is, as much, it's something to be like, oh, isn't like video games kind of like relaxing? It's like, yes and no. It depends on the kind of game it is.
yeah,
Eh, like I mentioned, like Ninja Gaiden 2, that is not, you're not relaxing in that game
yeah.
unless
That's
you're like
not.
playing that game like speedrunner, or like like all the tricks and ins and outs. And I mean, there's some people who do that. There's some people like I saw like a combo video where someone got like 1,000+ hits like combo.
Yeah.
And it's like constantly like killing everyone, like doing like one hit, decap attacks every now and then. And I
Oh,
showed
wow.
that to my brother, and he's like he had like a reaction like whoa, And the only reason I even knew about that was because I watched that one, Ninja Gaiden 4 review,
Yeah.
by Electric Underground. He's like a
Yeah.
big DOA and like 3D Ninja Gaiden fan, like arcade games like in general.
Yeah.
But he's not like I mostly just watch it just to be like, okay, I'm sure it turns out, yeah, it's not exactly following like the fundamental design of like the previous games,
Yeah.
especially the first two, um, and and I know at the end he actually has like a thing about like Itagaki, because he passed away and he didn't, and I think he's gonna like review like the first two 3D Ninja Gaidens, but go back to gaming and like backlogs, it's like at least like RPGs, as big. This is the thing. They are relaxing to play, but they are also exhausting because you have to
Yeah.
put in much time. And for something like Suikoden, like generally speaking, um, it's like it gets even more exhausting when like every small decision is like, oh, you don't have a good ending, and you can't. I mean, I think you can still
Yeah.
transfer it from like first to the second game, but it's still like you're putting a lot more pressure than what
Yeah.
would normally be, and you're having to like look up guides and stuff.
Yeah.
And
That it's like that subgenre of like JRPGs where it's like you just have like 10 save slots. You have like or 10 save states, and you're just like constantly going back and forth. You're like, which one? Which
yeah,
way is the correct way?
yeah, and you say that I was playing on my PS3. I haven't played the game in like a month, um, but I know like one of the saves on like the internal like it is like the virtual memory card thing, right?
Yeah.
Stopped. It like got corrupted. Like it wouldn't load.
Oh
It wasn't
shit.
like it wasn't like a big save.
I didn't know
I
those
mean,
could get corrupted.
I mean, there are some games like I know Soul Calibur 3 on PS2. If you play like the RTS mode, it would actually if you don't do certain things or you save a certain way, it'll actually fuck your save over. Like you can't
Oh
even
wow.
like go out because I think you have to do certain things in RTS mode to unlock like some of the other characters and some other stuff as well.
Yeah.
Um, so what do we got here? Here's this. Let me hear what we got going on.
Oh yeah. I'll raise the volume since pretty much
Yeah,
very
anytime
obvious.
you talk, I'm getting ear raped.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you like turn it down? You gotta use like the audio mixer.
No, I find this easier. Oh shit. To go back to.
Oh,
As you unlock more of them, they start to like the later ones you get start to kind of sound like something sort of like music, but yeah, they're mostly.
you gotta
I really
remember
don't know what this is.
you gotta remember you're talking and here I'm hearing you say the same thing twice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Sounds like an island. Like this is what you ever see that that screensaver, Johnny Castaway for like Windows back in the day.
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, I have to share that with you after we stream because
Okay.
that is a in terms of screensavers that is a certified hood classic. Um, so much so that I think they had to like make programs that actually like really get it to work on like later versions of Windows.
Oh wow.
Um, like I think there's actually like a fan site to it as well.
Oh wow.
Um, wow, there's like I guess if you want to fall asleep to it, there's like a 7.5 hour or 10 hour
Jeez.
video of it. But apparently it's like a game. Maybe like someone made like a game version of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely I like to play these games because at the very least, you know what? The thing is, I do want to play like small. See, here's the thing. Part of the reason I find like JRPGs, I want to play them now because I feel like I'm not gonna have time to play them later.
Yeah.
Whenever my life would be my IRL life would be a lot busier than it is now, which it really isn't all that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, things that never change.
Yep.
Which is this the ever increasing struggle of trying to manage time and also having to contribute to the economy.
Isn't that the truth?
The economy that is getting bigger and bigger in debt, and shilling out money to other countries that well, if we go into it, the stream might get like
Yeah.
you might get like you might just like go like the TV when there's no like signal, it'll turn into that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it for our stream tonight. That was our takes on reveal of the
Steam
new
Machine,
Steam devices and
Prime 4 trailers that came out today, and whatever else they leaked out, and our thoughts and feelings, our thoughts and prayers, everything else involving thoughts.
Yeah.
You know,
Our thoughts about that shepherd.
Yeah, we everything about that we kind of went over that. Sorry, I was a little incoherent, but that's what happens whenever you have some bathroom issues after eating way more pizza than you should. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because yeah.
But yeah, if you tuned in, thank you for doing so. We hope you enjoyed this this talk session and our little game industry coverage there. So if you enjoyed that, please consider tuning in next time we stream. Check out all the links in the description. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you in the next one.
Yeah. See you later, everyone.